Welcome back to my channel, guys, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. So today's recipe is going to be some barbecue ribs in my Instant Pot. Now, to barbecue ribs in the oven is going to take a longer amount of time versus the Instant Pot. Now, if you have a pressure cooker, you can use that as well. So for this recipe, I have my ribs right here that I've already cleaned, and I also pulled out that membrane, that white membrane. I already pulled it out and I cleaned it out with some water and vinegar. Here I have my sugar, my brown sugar. In here I have a mix of onion powder, garlic powder, ginger powder as well. I also use salt, pepper, oregano, paprika. I use smoked paprika. If you have the regular one, it's okay as well. So I'll also be putting it in the description box. And in here I have my bell peppers, I have pimento peppers, I have red onions, yellow onions, garlic, ginger, and I have thyme, and I also have scallions. I'm going to be blending this. So let's get to seasoning. So it's all done blending. And I'm going to be putting some and rubbing it on both sides. Now I'm gonna add just about a tablespoon of the brown sugar to my seasoning. I'm not putting all. The reason that I'm not putting all is because I'm going to be making a sauce that I'm gonna use to glaze on here, and I do want to add that brown sugar to it. Next I'm gonna start pouring that all onto the ribs. I'm gonna massage it in. So this is the insert for my Instant Pot, and I went in with some chicken broth. Now you can go in with apple juice, you can go in with water, it's up to you. So the liquid is not for the meat to cook in, like it's not gonna be touching it. So this is just added flavor for the pot. So I'm gonna be going in. So the bone parts is going to be facing in. See, fit perfectly. So now I'm going to put the covering on. Now the covering has this area which is venting, then this is sealed, and this is venting again. So I always make sure it's set to seal. It's locked into place, it's on seal. I like to set it to manual because that way I can control the amount of minutes. Because you see it has different settings here and along here as well. I don't want it to set to slow cook because that's going to take a long amount of time. So I set it to manual. And I'm setting it to 25 minutes. Because there's a thick piece of ribs in there, I set it to that. Now it's in the on position right now. So it's gonna take a few minutes for it to heat up before it actually starts pressure cooking. and that's when you're gonna see the time is going down gradually. So you're not gonna see the minutes going down as yet. Once it actually starts bubbling and pressure cooking, the time is then going to start. So it's not 25 minutes from now. It's gonna show you when. When the 25 comes back on here, you know that's when it started pressure cooking. So I just put in a tablespoon of butter. I'm gonna go in with my sugar, my brown sugar. Next, that seasoning blend I had earlier. And this is a tablespoon of the seasoning blend of my peppers and onion, garlic, etc. And this is the barbecue sauce that I'm going to be adding. Now you can just go in plain with just using your barbecue sauce, your bottle barbecue sauce, and however it is. But I just want to add a little oomph to it. Nice. This is about 4 minutes later, and it got a bit more thick. And I'm gonna put off the stove at this time. The ribs just went off as well. So we're gonna be putting our barbecue sauce on there and placing it into the oven. You guys can see how the ribs is looking. It's practically getting away from the bone right now. And I also checked and it is nice and super soft, which is what I wanted. So what I'm gonna do now is to remove it from here and place them on the sheet right here. And I'm gonna place it bone side down. Okay. So it's ready to go into the oven. The oven is at 450 degrees. I'm gonna put it in there for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes on each side. This is after 10 minutes of being in the oven at 450. I'm going to flip it to the other side, put some more of that barbecue sauce on, and I'll show you guys how it looks in the end. Okay, and back into the oven. Okay, and for the final flip, I just put in a rack, a baking rack on here, just so if there are any excess oils, it can just drip through. Okay, back into the oven for that last 5 minutes on broil.